What's going on, Bladers? Today's video will be a little bit different. I know you're used to shorts from me, but I wanted to go over a blade that I am a big fan of, which is Tail Viper. And I have all of the pieces for the video laid out here. Taking a page out of ZB's book. This blade is used by Toguro Okunaga from Team Zodiac, otherwise known as the Snake Hashira. I mean, look at those eyes, he's dead inside. You can find this blade with the Swordran dual pack, the red Swordran. And I scoured through WBO to find every tail viper that topped, put them all together in a Google sheet, and these are the results of the most used parts. Not very exciting. I am using my heaviest version of the blade, which I honestly don't think is going to make much of a difference in this scenario because it's not significant. But you can find this version with Gale Wyvern and another double pack. And to start, we are using 360 and Taper. This is the 360 that came with Bite Shark and the Taper that came with Steel Samurai. Now, I will say that in the testing for this, I am using a blue Swordran with 360 and Rush. Just a nice, no frills, very vanilla attack type. Because I kind of was hoping that something like this would just be a good counter attack blade. I don't think it would be able to do much against something like Silver Wolf or Wizard Rod. Uh, I mean, I think, Shark Edge or Whale Wave would just completely knock it out of the arena. But I don't know if it's taper or if it's 360, but it's very unbalanced. So I switched over to 460, same taper bit. This is the 460 from, I want to say, the Dran Dagger combo from the Stadium set. This worked a little bit better. It definitely felt a lot more balanced. It wasn't wobbling as much, and it wasn't making weird noises like it was on 360. It took hits a little bit better, not a whole lot, uh, but it felt quicker, which I guess is a good thing because you want something that can move around a little bit more because this definitely feels like an evasive type, which is, I guess similar to what it does in the anime. But it gets a couple of cheeky wins here and there. Nothing too exciting. Nothing too like oh, this is really good for like a balance type or whatever. It just kind of like stole some small victories here and there. Most of the like ring outs that it gets are just what seems like its opponent is just missing. Uh, it it has good recoil, but I don't know if recoil on something like this is a good idea. So now we're trying 560 on taper, which I think this helps a lot. I think this helps with the weight significantly. I think its weight is its biggest issue when you are trying to do something like this. I do think this burst was a fluke. I will be real, but I kept it in. Uh, but like a lot of this is just it takes hits and then it starts to scrape. It kind of like pedals a little bit, it dances a little bit, and then it's out. It can get a couple of good hits. I do think the way the blade is designed helps it take multiple hits, but I think the weight of it, and maybe it's the bit too, maybe something like, I don't know, maybe something like ball would be a little bit better. But this seems to be more of a counterattack type where it dances around, takes a few hits, and tries to wear out stamina. I just I had a hard time trying to grasp like exactly what this blade was trying to do. Uh, One thing that I was surprised about was how many people used 580, but I actually kind of like this. This is the 580 from Gale Wyvern. Um, I like this one a little bit more. It's probably like my stiffest 580. Um, this one felt a little bit nicer because the height lets it spin a little bit more freely. It lets it move around and kind of tilt without worrying about scraping as much. It still scrapes. You can see here that it scrapes quite a bit, but because the blade is very like round, but granted it does have those little edges, it as it scrapes, it doesn't lose as much stamina as like like a Dran sword would with something so pointy and kind of like triangular. 580 really helps it steal some victories, which I think is kind of what you want this thing to do. You want it to steal some victories. against, an aggressive attack type. But I do think this would probably be better against something like Keel Shark or Bite Croc, something low to the ground. Now we're switching it up to point on 460 again. I kind of think that this is like probably the better one. This is the last one that we're trying, and it wasn't the least used, but it definitely wasn't the most popular one. This one felt a lot better because point helps it stand up a lot longer. Uh, but it doesn't have. I think inherently Tail Viper just doesn't have a lot of stamina. Uh, and it doesn't really have a lot of attack strength. So I don't think throwing it on anything like flat or rush or anything like that will do it any favors. But that's just what I found in testing. If there's anything that you found in your testing, let me know. I'd love to try it out, maybe post it as a short. But this is what I came up with. I don't think there's a best combination. I just wanted to show off everything that people have used, and maybe you find something here that you like. But yeah, that's it.